Hello Scorpio, welcome into the Renaissance. I've already pulled your oracle card. You got Parvati, the goddess of devotion. It says, I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So we'll look into the cards very soon and see what all that's about. Very joyful energy. I'm just going to pull the Sacred Traveler card for you. Okay, we've got Wandering Path, enjoy the journey. Nice. And now for a quick moon card, what does Scorpio need? Show me energies for Scorpio. Bring love into the situation. So it looks like it's all about love, love, love for you in July. Now let's just have a little look. Move these two out of the way. What these energies are all about. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the Renaissance. Now let's see, what is this energy about? Show me, Spirit. What does Scorpio need to know for July? Okay, so we've got the Six of Pentacles straight up. Looks like generosity could be a theme for you this month. I feel like you're being overly generous with someone when it comes to how much you love them or how devoted you are to them. Strength, yeah. I feel like you've been giving to a certain person for quite a long time. Giving heavily in a situation, really pulling on your reserves of strength to keep understanding and, you know, sort of re-leveling things out. I feel like you go out of your way to be as kind as you can be. That's really the vibe I'm getting now. You've got the Wandering Path, which is an interesting card. It's almost like a card that says, be flexible, you know, enjoy what you can when it happens, but go with the flow. Okay, we've got the World card here, so it almost seems to me like going along with the Oracle cards as well, like feeling the energy from the Oracle cards. It feels like there's a situation where you've been giving quite a lot, and it's almost like the cycle's going to be completed soon. Now, whether you sort of are ending a friendship or relationship, or whether that is moving up to a new level, that's up to you, but the cycle has to change sooner or later. And you know what, sometimes the person we need to devote our love to is ourselves, and sometimes bringing love into the situation, it's about bringing love in to yourself, okay, and filling your own cup up first. Let me just say that. We've got the Page of Swords here. I feel like someone knows how generous you are, and I feel like, yeah, it's almost like you've been waiting a long time for this person to see your strength and to see the strength of your love and to actually respond accordingly. So yeah, for a lot of you, it's almost like, you know, let your path wander more, let yourself be more free. Don't feel like you have to be sort of stuck to anybody or with anybody, and just literally enjoy your life day by day and moment by moment. There's something about being in the now moment. What's it they call that? Mindfulness. That's what they're giving me, mindfulness. Realizing that you're an infinite being and that you don't have to overly commit yourself to things that don't serve you or suit you. Wow, I'm getting the phrase changing things up, because there's been a lot of waiting with this Hanged Man right in the central positioning, and I feel like you're going to be changing things up. You're going to be ending some cycles. I feel like you're going to maybe be doing your research or turning the tables on someone somehow, like whereas they might have thought that, you know, some people, when they're calculating, when they're conniving, it gives them a sense of power, and then they don't know what to do when the kind, generous, loving one finally decides, well, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, maybe do a little bit of research on you, or maybe I'll start analyzing you with a mindset to dissect your life. You know, even if it's just the 5 minutes, you know, I feel like someone's going to feel a new energy from you. Like maybe they're going to feel analyzed and scrutinized for a change. But I really feel like you're changing things up. Magician card, powerful. I feel like you've waited long enough, and now it's time to show the world your magic. You know you need a new cycle, regardless of whether people remain in your life or leave in your life. There's a new cycle, a whole new sort of starting point waiting for you. And I feel like for a lot of you, the person that needs you to bring the most love into the situation is you. Okay, you need to realize you were born alone. We all die alone normally, you know. And your life path is your own. Sorry, I got a bit morbid there. I've got a lot of heavy Scorpio at the front of my birth chart. You know, your journey is your own, no matter who's around you, no matter what they think they need from you. You live first and foremost for yourself. And I feel like that's really important for you in July, to really realize that you call the shots. You're the one who gets to decide what cycles you're in or not in. And you're the one who really gets to decide what you create in your reality. And you certainly don't need to be hanging around for anyone, especially not if they're quite manipulative, quite snarky, you know, a little bit immature. I feel like you've got better things to be doing. You've got the Ten of Pentacles showing up. Okay, so, you know, I'm getting that old phrase, they take your kindness for weakness. They see kindness and they think that somehow you're never going to have a lot of money, which, of course, when you're dealing with 3D-minded people, oftentimes they'll crap on you when, you know, you're not swimming in bucks, when you know, you're just living a normal life, getting through paycheck to paycheck or whatever. They see this softness in you, the kindness, and they think that you're never gonna manifest big things because they think only evil people make all the money, or they think that only businessmen make all the money, whatever they think in their little linear minds, right? But I really feel like you're going to have a breakthrough here with this Ten of Pentacles, and someone's going to see you, okay? They're going to see you and think, oh my God, it's almost going to turn the tables on their viewpoint. So their whole life, they may have thought that, you know, people like you don't get money because you're kind, because you go deep, right, into your feelings. But you're manifesting this, okay? And it's going to give someone a shock. I feel like they're going to get a shock by this, or they, you know, aren't going to expect this Ten of Pentacles. Maybe you yourself aren't going to expect this Ten of Pentacles, but there's definitely something stable with a lot of longevity coming in for you here. And yeah, you may have waited quite a long time for this. We've got the Death card, yeah. Okay, so of course with big money, quite naturally, can come some pretty big changes, okay? This money is going to take you over this little bridge here into a whole new world, okay? This is about changes, transitions, and again, it's that sense of you going with the flow and moving along your pathway according to your higher self's wishes and wants. They're telling me intuition, okay? Now, I've got to remind you, with intuition, it's different than just, say, being psychic. When you get hit with a hit of intuition, you'll only get the intuition one time, normally, for whatever spirit is trying to give you that message about. So it'll feel like a bolt of lightning, and it'll come through. Intuition's quite heavy when it hits you, and it'll come through, yeah, like a lightning bolt, but you've got to choose in that moment whether to take any attention, whether to pay it any attention, whether to take the information as it was intended for you to receive it, or what to do with it. But they're telling me intuition may be very important for you with regards to what to do with this money, or, you know, where you're headed next. We've got the High Priestess, beautiful, with Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Just like I was saying about intuition, okay, your powers of feeling energy are much, much stronger than I feel like you even give yourself credit for. I feel like it's really automatic with you. It can be so automatic the way you pick up messages and energies that often you might not even realize you're doing it because you're so receptive. Yeah, like a sponge, like a human sponge. And your mindset, you will notice that energy shift and change. The way you perceive reality feels different based on what you're picking up on, okay? I hope that resonates with someone out there, because it's almost like the lens through which you see the world is going to shift, and it's going to shift quite dramatically. I feel like you're going to get a real sense of freedom, okay? Because the World card being here, I feel like you're going to get a new lease of life. You're going to broaden your horizons. You're going to see things differently. And there are many ways to love someone as well, okay? Oftentimes, letting someone go can be an act of love, or letting them know how strong you are can be an act of love. So anything can be an act of love, and I'm kind of getting a cruel to be kind kind of energy here, which can go in multiple ways. You know, you might have to be really strong to show someone an example, a spiritual lesson they need to learn, and that can be an act of love. But this thing about devotion here, I feel like you really need to pick who your first priorities are for devotion. Is it your kids? Is it your partner? Is it you? You know, there's something about the order of devotion, because that devotion, it becomes your intent. And your intent, your primary intent, needs to be aligned in the right order. So, you know, a lot of people nowadays, they don't realize that their intent, the way they live their lives, well, they've sort of pledged themselves to the doctrine of their governments rather than putting their families first. And it might seem as if they put their families first, but they've been guided down a pathway where actually the family, when it comes to intent and the way you live your life from a place of, you know, putting your intent into what really means something to you, it's not always how it seems on the surface, because we've had our reality very much controlled. But let's not go down that garden path. I feel like you're really breaking free in July, and realizing you've got a lot more strength than you gave yourself credit for, because you've hung around here, and I feel like there's a lot of self-doubt with this hanging around, you know. Let's see. Let's clarify the top row first of all. Clarify. Yeah, Ten of Swords. I feel like you've been too forgiving with someone. I feel like you've been trying to basically revive something that cannot really be revived, because I feel like there's just so much more and better further on down the pathway for you. I feel like you've been giving to something that you should have let lie, maybe. But again, it's being full of empathy and full of heart that sort of pulls us down that road. Trust me, I'm one of them. I can forgive anything and anyone. And when you're trying to live a human life, but you've got that capacity to forgive over and over again, oftentimes it can sort of mess up your human interactions when you go back in too many times to an old sort of dead storyline. You've got to let the universe move things forward, okay? We've got the Queen of Pentacles to match up with this Ten of Pentacles. So that's another confirmation. I feel like if you've been worried about security or how things are going to go, this is a big thumbs up from the universe that things are sorting themselves out. You do have stability. And I feel like, you know, this internal stability of yours, this ability to be so steely. They're giving me the word steely and stoic, you know, but to maintain your warmth throughout whatever you've been through, I feel like is a great credit to you. And I feel like that's what's drawing in more abundance, more magnetism. Beautiful. Like seeing the Queen of Pentacles here. And again, there's a sense of waiting, okay? Waiting for something. Show me the world. High Priestess again. See, this is something where your world is going to shift, okay? So if reality all happens in our mind, then your reality is going to shift. Your mind's going to change. You're going to start seeing through a new lens. You're going to start realizing how receptive you are to energy. The High Priestess knows things she can't always put into words, but just in her knowing them, she affects the entire fabric of reality, okay? I'm seeing you, and please don't think I'm blowing smoke up your backside here. I'm seeing you raised higher. Spirit will use society in general as a barometer for me to measure against, but like I'm seeing you lifted higher, almost as if you're getting above these pillars. So your consciousness is being raised up a level, okay? And there's a lot of responsibility in that. We can't kid ourselves that we're just a regular person anymore. Not once we have certain knowledge, not once we've been down certain roads and witnessed our own strength, you know? I feel like there's no going back to the person you were in terms of the more vulnerable side of you. I feel like you're getting lessons coming through where you can't see yourself the same way you saw yourself before. So it's almost like you can't indulge in feeling vulnerable or childlike anymore. And I feel a cuteness to your energy, you know, real sweetness to your inner child, but this is almost like you upgrading your consciousness, realizing that you are very powerful and taking the responsibility that goes with that. There's a lot here to do with not taking people personally when they are malevolent or low vibrational or childish. You're realizing that you are above that. You're above something here. You've risen above it. Spirit's saying finally. Okay, so I don't know how that resonates, but you're rising above something. I do feel like you have been guided into this position. There's something to do with ancestors here. There's something to do with the non-physicals backstage, almost appointing you, giving you a certain position. You could say choosing you, okay, to do something, because they believe you've got the staying power, you've got the stability, but you've also got the heart and the creative nurturance that it takes to do something not all people could do. High Priestess, the world. This is something that could really have far-reaching effects. I mean, when you think about a butterfly flapping its wings, how much of an effect that can have. You going out into the world, following your own path. And yeah, getting yourself to a level of self-love and self-appreciation that isn't reliant on how others treat you or how they respond to you. This is supreme self-confidence, but it's subtle, it's understated. All right? This is like the difference between a cowboy who goes into a bar, all guns blazing, telling everyone he's going to kick their ass, versus 007, who slips into the bar, orders a whatever martini, and he doesn't feel the need to tell anyone of his strength because his strength is so well established. I feel like there's a level of serenity coming for you here, okay, and adventure. I'm getting a sense of adventure, serenity, and devotion to your own path, devotion to who you are and what you came here to do. I'm not going to say what you were put here to do, because we choose to come, what you put yourself here to do. Show me this Page of Swords. 8 of Wands. Yeah, I'm feeling like a lot of... I just heard cross words, but also at the same time as cross words, it almost like it could have a double meaning. Crossed words or crossed wires. Lots of words sort of clashing or kind of weaving, you know, communication lines weaving all over the place. Okay, I feel like this person you're dealing with, they have a lot to say, but there's no real substance there, okay? This is like, yeah, look, the Page of Swords, clarifying the Page of Swords. I feel like you're going to get a lot of communication from someone, and it's a lot of, you know, it's almost like a kitten playing with string. That's the way the communication's coming through to me. So a lot of words, not much meaning, and this person may get quite flustered. Okay, any advice for this? Any advice for this Page of Swords? Queen of Swords. Oh, Spirit, you're so funny. This is like, cut them off with their head, you know. This is like, don't waste your time on childishness. This person likes the sound of their own voice, okay? They like drawing your attention in, they like holding your attention, and they like talking a lot for the sake of talking, for the sake of being center of attention. You know, the Page of Swords is often someone who is sort of practicing their intellect, like they're trying to be intellectual, you know, like children, like teenagers when they get an attitude, and they're sort of, you know, practicing their psychological word warfare. And you're just above it. You're too above it, okay? So yeah, the advice here, quite clearly, cut them off. Oh, that was funny. Right, show me the Hanged Man, please. Okay, I'm going to put that back in because it was reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. Show me the Hanged Man. 10 of Wands. Temperance. I feel like you were patient for so long with some sort of burden here. You were patient for long enough. That's the vibe I'm getting. And with the Queen of Wands flipping out reversed in a deck that's never reversed and being upside down, I feel like, you know, someone you've dealt with has zapped. They zapped your confidence. They zapped your sexiness. You probably forgot what feeling hot felt like while you were dealing with this person, because there was this constant regulation of them, right? Balancing them out, seeing what medicine they needed in terms of, you know, oh, I've got to mollycoddle them, or I've got to, you know, make them feel better, you know, alchemizing to suit someone else who was a bit of a burden. That's what I feel like. But I also feel like Spirit's coming along and they're saying, you know, whatever burdens you've had, whatever you've been waiting for, we're helping you now. We're helping you alchemize. Just go with our flow. Know what you know, High Priestess, okay? You know what you know. And they're saying, go with our flow. Go with the flow of Source. because there's a promise. You see that? That sunshine at the back there. There's a promise here to get you to the promised land, okay? Now that might not mean moving a muscle, but with this path here and with the wandering path, yeah, I feel like there's something you've had your eye on, or your spiritual eye, your third eye on for quite a while. The burden will be released, okay? The burden will be released. Let's move on to this magician. Show me the magician. Show me magician. Two of Wands, yeah. New plans, conjuring things up, new viewpoint, okay? And I feel like this is also about idealizing yourself. We've got the red rose and the white lily on this card. And this is also about you finding matching energies that really sort of can grow with you and flourish with you. All right? And I do feel like it's going to be out in the world somewhere new. Because we've got this globe here, right? And this whole reading reeks of you broadening your horizons, balancing out your own life, cutting off what no longer serves you, okay? Endings, things ending where you overgave quite a lot here. I feel like you need to make sure, you know, your priorities are in order and that you love the right people first, and including yourself, before you even think about giving anything to anyone else, okay? But I feel like you're doing really well with the Strength and the Queen of Pentacles here. This is Kushti. This is someone who knows how to make home a lovely place to be, a nurturing place to be. Yeah, we've got the 8 of Pentacles coming out on top of the 10 of Pentacles. So you've been working towards this financial security, this longevity, this legacy for quite a long time, I feel. Or you're moving into a situation where your diligent work, repetition, doing something you love over and over again, finding your niche, is giving you this windfall, okay? It's giving you your place in the world, okay? And it's spreading love. The 10 of Pentacles isn't just about being wealthy on a material level, although of course material wealth is one of the symptoms of being wealthy energetically, okay? Like your soul being so rich, so full of love, so full of happiness. I feel like you really do share the love. You really are generous. And it's that richness of soul that's helping you find your niche, that's helping you follow your own path and really helping you get to a much better place. I'm loving this reading. Show me the Death card, please, Spirit. Okay, Death again. Yeah, Death again. Often if I pull 2 cards back and I'll look at them, I'll be nosy, and then I'll shuffle them back in, and normally one of those 2 cards will come back out. In this case, it's the Death card. So double confirmation of a huge transformation here. Huge transformation. And again, just like on the Temperance card, we've got that sun, we've got that distant sun in the background. So there's something here, there's a wish in your heart, there's something that you're being pulled towards, okay? It's metaphysical, it's magnetic, you're being pulled. Spirit loves someone that follows their soul and follows their higher self and follows that little glimmer of hope and turns that little glimmer of hope into their entire life. You know what I mean? Like following that frequency, no matter how, you know, no matter how, they're telling me obscure, but no matter how distant you think your dreams are, Spirit loves someone who follows that tiny little breadcrumb trail of happiness until happiness becomes your #1 thing. Yeah, look at this. We've got the 6 of Pentacles again in the opposite corner next to the High Priestess. I feel like because you're generous of spirit, I feel like Spirit wants you to realign your generosity here. Love yourself first and then be generous in the way that you planned on being generous before you got here. You're going to be really uplifting people, and it's unique. The way you do this is unique, so don't look outside of yourself for any confirmation, as hard as that can be sometimes, right? We're always all learning from each other, and you know, we're all in this together, but you're unique at something. There's not going to be many examples of how to do something that is your own unique thing. So I feel like Spirit really wants you to let yourself transform here with the Death card twice. This is about your work. This is about you doing what you're put here to do. And having faith in yourself, okay? Not looking to anyone else to give you that faith, but really doing it for yourself. Show me one more for the bottom row. What does Scorpio need to know about this bottom row? Hierophant, yeah, divine guidance. This is you getting on your path and getting on your path with a lot of strength behind you, strength from the divine, and that internal steeliness, okay? Oh, there's something really rooted about your energy, knowing thyself. And when you know yourself better, the divine can work through you that much more powerfully. I feel like, yeah, look, you're going to have people looking up to you here. Can you see the little bold heads? Yeah, you're going to have people looking up to you for doing something that is unique to you, following your sovereign path, and you're going to be very successful at it. Looking at all these pentacles here, I'm going to pull a card from the guiding stars. This is a beautiful reading, okay? Keywords for this reading, I would say flexibility, self-love, and devotion to your divine pathway. We've got, on this night, I shoot for the stars and believe I will achieve my dreams before long, okay? So this is about you knowing that those little epiphanies you have, those little feelings you have, where you light up that source energy. Okay, you know, you may have only had one of these epiphanies in the last 6 months, but trust me when I say, again with that intuition reference, Spirit's giving me intuition, trust me when I say that it's those lit up moments, no matter how brief they are, those are the ones that count, and those are the energies that Spirit wants you to follow. Those high vibrational lit up signs from the universe, okay? Those are your markers. Those are your hints from the universe, what direction you need to go in, who you really truly are, and the path to follow. I hope you've liked your reading, Scorpio. Please hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Help me get this renaissance out to as many people as I possibly can. Love you loads.